Hey, what's up, everybody? So there was a request to do the saws from Better Wipe That Up from Lazy Rich, and the request was number one, how to do the saws, and number two, how to get them to sound clean in the mix. So here was the stab that I took at it. You can listen, see if it sounds good. If you like it, keep listening. If you don't, go ahead and tune out. So here's the original. And then here's what I did. So it's pretty darn close. Hopefully it's close enough. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but yeah. Let me show you what I did. So the first part is just a square. I did in sylenth. And if you want, I've had a lot of people request to have me post these patches for download, but unless you've got sylenth 2.21, these patches don't work, and it seems like not a lot of people have them because everybody's having issues with them. My MacBook, I had 2.21 as well, and then I reverted back to just 2.2, and I tried loading in these patches and they didn't work. So that's the reason why they're not working for people. So either update it to this version, which it's on their website, it's just the newest beta. Just update it to this version and they'll work. If you don't want to do that, you can just copy what's going on here. So let me go over real quick what these are. Here's this page, and you can go ahead and just pause the video, I guess, and copy this stuff. I'll click on each thing so you can see what it is. The volume on oscillator 1 is at 9, phase at 0.29, detune at 1.5, stereo at 824, pan dead center. It is a pulse wave, 2 voices, retrig is on. The amp envelope, the attack is at 0.52, decay is at 5.59, sustain is at 8.2, release is at 0.81. Oscillator 2, put it up an octave as well. Volume is at 9, phase is at 0.29. It is also a pulse wave. Oh, sorry, this one's not on. My bad. I don't know why I didn't just do this. Okay, anyway. Part B, I just have the noise oscillator. Just put it on one voice. Volume is at 1.33. I have a low pass on it. Put the cutoff to 3200 hertz. Resonance to 3.1. Leave the drive at 0. This main filter control here, put the cutoff at 67.57, resonance all the way down. On filter B on the cutoff on the low pass, put that, 3200. Did I already say this? I think I did. Yeah, 3.1. Okay, sorry. Then these controls, put the first one to phase B, which I don't know if it's going to do anything. But anyway, this is how I had it. The rate's at 1/1, gain all the way up. This little knob is at 1.55. In sylenth, to have your notes velocity sensitive, you turn on the velocity right here, put it on mix AB, turn this all the way up, and then turn both your mix A, B on this main section on your mixer all the way down. And then you've got full control over your MIDI notes and volume. So that's the then so yeah, here's your notes. These green ones are quieter. This first lead, I'll show you what this is. Yeah. Okay, so that's the EQ. Sorry, I always forget if I have something soloed, you're not going to hear my voice. Sorry about that. That's going to be a pause. Anyway, I'll try and edit that out. Here's the EQ for that square. Here's the lead. And here's what I did in sylenth. Oscillator 1, saw wave, 8 voices, volume all the way up, phase 18.86, detuned to 4.57, stereo all the way up, pan at negative 2.19, this fine 0.04, amp envelope, the attack at 0.34, decay at 5.63, sustain at 10, release at 2.34. Oscillator 2, same, saw 8 voices. Put that one at -1 octave, volume all the way up, phase 12 degrees, detune 3.24, stereo at 7.3, pan at 1.33, filter A, put it to AB, cutoff at 153, resonance at 0.95, drive at 1.3, filter control 1360, resonance at 0.43, key track at 4.67. Put this at velocity, cut off AB, put that knob at 2.57, turn on mono legato, and turn the portamento to 3.29. Part B, oscillator 1, put it up an octave, volume is at 4, phase all the way down, detune at 4.52, stereo all the way up, pan in center, it's 8 voice saw wave, amp is 0.51, decay 5.52, sustain 10, release 2.34. Leave that last one off, leave all that off. The EQ, the bass is at 2.14, the frequency is at 166, treble 1.64, treble frequency is at 1300. So that's that. Oh, I forgot to show you those inserts on the square, didn't I? Here's the EQ for the square wave. The bass is at 4.37, bass frequency is 776, treble is at 2.78, frequency is at 440. Delay, I think, here's the settings. I'll just click on each one. You can follow, you can enter and pause the video. Okay. So the EQ, here's the EQ for it. And the question was, how does he get it to stand out in the mix so much? And it's all just EQ. You just want things EQ'd differently so that they kind of stand out amongst each other a little bit. So yeah, here's what I did with that saw. It's actually really similar to the square, but it's subtly different, I guess, and so it stands out just fine. This next one is this. Here's the notes for that last one if you want to pause it on these. Starts at B. Oh my gosh. Stupid thing. Okay. This second one that's doing the chord. Here's what it's doing in sylenth. The first oscillator is volume all the way up. It's saw 8 voices. Phase is all the way down. Detune is at 4.38. Stereo at 6.19. Pan is at 2.38. Attack 0.06, just barely on. Decay all the way down. Sustain all the way up. Release at 1.09. Second one. Volume is at 3.24. Phase all the way down. Stereo all the way up. Pan position a little bit to the right. 2.86. I don't know why it's on 8 voices, but it's there's the noise oscillator. There's filter A, put it up to AB, cut off to 160, resonance 0, drive at 0. This main filter, put it all the way up to 21,341, resonance all the way down, key track all the way down. First mod envelope, put it to cut off AB, put that knob to 5.05. Attack all the way down, decay is at 2.7. The sustain is at 1.09 and releases all the way down. This next one is pitch. This is going to give it a little bit of a kind of like a plucky sound at the beginning of it. It's subtle, but it does make a difference. So put it to pitch AB, turn this all the way up to 10 and just barely turn the decay on. Actually, I think I had it off. You can try messing with it, turn it on, turn it off. You just barely want it on though. If you're going to turn it on, just barely move that decay up. Again, to make it velocity sensitive, turn this on. Here's part B. Oscillator 1 is all the way up. It's a saw wave. 8 voices. Phase all the way down. Detune is at 4.3. Stereo is at 6.24. Pan is at negative 2.38. Attack is at 0.39. Decay all the way down. Sustain all the way up. Release at 0.1. Another saw wave is at 8 voices. Volume all the way up. Phase all the way down. Detune is at 4.52. Stereo is 10. Pan is at 2.86. Put this filter to BA. Put the cutoff to 1.4 or 146. Resonance all the way down. Drive all the way down. EQ, here's the bass, 7.57, frequency is at 880, treble is 11.64, treble frequency is at 592, delay, go ahead and just copy this and click on them. You can just pause the video at each of these. The compressor is the ratio, threshold, attack, release. And here is the EQ settings. Low cut at 76 hertz, boosted 200 at 6 dB. Took out 415 at 4.5 dB at a 3.37 Q. 3500 hertz, boost it to dB at a 1.1 Q. Take down 10,000 hertz at negative 6.5. And I just threw a little bit of sample delay on there, and that's just going to make it sound wider. And then I'm sending it to a reverb bus. And on this reverb bus, it's the space designer, and I've got it on the bright chamber, which is in the medium spaces rooms bright chamber. Since it's on a bus, you want to turn the reverb all the way up to max, which is your wet. And then I have this turned up to minus 20. And then I just took out some of the low end on the reverb. So here's what that sounds like. Don't even know if you're going to be able to hear that very well, but it's super easy. It's just all it is this one oscillator doing a sine wave negative octave at minus 2, which really doesn't matter. You can put that wherever you want because it depends on where you draw in your MIDI notes. Here's the EQ for it. All you want is the low end. And then this is just some white noise, which I didn't EQ, but it doesn't need to be because I've kind of EQ'd it in sylenth. All it is just a noise oscillator, one voice. I did somewhat of EQing by doing this filter. So put the cutoff here. What the heck? Put the cutoff at 1.46, resonance at 1.19. It's on a low pass. Drive at 0. Put this cutoff to 1568, and the resonance all the way down. Your attack is at 0.05, decay all the way down, sustain all the way up, release at 0.1. That's it. And here's what that sounds like. And I have this automated with the volume because it sounds like in the original it starts out with very little noise, and then as it gets to this chord part on this saw chord thing, the noise comes in a little bit more right before that, it sounds like. So that's what this is doing. And that's about it. So again, here's what it sounds like. Sounds like it might just need a little bit more of this white noise. Anyway, these are the sounds. You can mess with all the levels and all that stuff. I didn't take much time doing all that, but I think it's pretty darn close. Let me know what you think. You can take these. Like I said, I can post up these patches if you want, but it's only going to work for you if you've got Sylenth 2.21. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you like it. Later.